Hey everyone, welcome, good evening. Ah, here we go. Shaggy's here. Hello, Hopperman. Welcome. Hello to those from Cass Phone that I bumped into today when I wandered into Townsville. Stepped into their territory. Fortunately, they let me go without any real damage. Just let me off with a warning. Alright. Let's just get this iPhone 6 out of the way. This was supposed to be done today, but of course I was elsewhere. Ooh, it's a effed up battery. This customer's not going to want to replace the battery. And this is a repair by... I've done this one before at some time. They may have had it subsequently repaired since then. I can't tell for sure yet. Anyway, screen replacement. I'll advise them of the battery being a bit cactus, but I have a feeling they're probably going to go, nah, it's okay, man. We can keep using it. Welcome, Bunty. Congratulations on your first. So, I mean, the iPhone 6 is a bit of an old phone nowadays, but I still repair them. I still get them come in fairly regularly. I still get the occasional 4S. It's been a long time since I've seen a 4, but certainly the 4S still shows up. Uh, to be fair, of course, I was alive in Townsville long before anyone else was spawned. But then again, I did leave the territory, so I suppose there's a bit of a default fallback there. Not a lot of respect for the elders of the internet. Get this out of the way, get this out of the way, get this out of the way. Gotta do your bread and butter jobs. I shall go broke. Yes, I used to fix 3GSs. They were among the first phones that I fixed. They were always fun because they would lure you into thinking you could disassemble them by pulling up on the chrome edging, but it was a lie. It was not how you separated that screen off. So I would get a great many of them coming in with people having tried to separate the screen themselves and have basically just ruined the entire internals around that perimeter, which is a couple of antennas from memory. So you'd have to put it all into a whole new chassis and tell people not to try to do that again. Andre, I got your email. I'm kind of umming and erring about that 1398. Umming and erring about it. Do you know if it's a... I'd be curious to find out if it's a 2012. If it's a 2012, I have interest in it, because that will be the 820-332 board. Right, that goes in the trash. Not many IP7 audio, I said. Yeah, we don't see many of them anymore. Really don't see any iPhone 6 Pluses either. Which is a bit of a shame, because the iPhone 6 Plus was always a nice one. You could turn those things around in about 40 minutes or less, if you didn't stuff up something. If everything went well, 40 minutes or less, and you'd have the 6 Plus out the door and no more disease. EMC 2512. I'm not sure what the EMC 2512 is. If do you have access to looking at the board? If you look at the number that's just underneath where the SSD sits on the main board, it'll be like 820 3332 or something like that. I'm hoping it's 3332 and I'm hoping it's working. Yeah, looks like I need to put some more adhesive down for this thing. Man, I don't know if it's me or maybe I've got menopause or something, but by golly, it's hot. I don't mind the 6S, Luke Davis. And yeah, the 6S I still don't mind. I do like that they put the touch assembly into the display. There's not too many things that you can't fix up on the 6S. Agreeably, the Wi-Fi fault, where the module starts cooking up, that's a bit of a pain because of the fact that you have to reprogram things to change that Wi-Fi module over, and I just say it's a pain because I don't do it. I'm sure if I had the tools and I had it down pat, I would probably say it's no trouble. Solaris, you and Darwin, oh yeah, Darwin's unrelenting. Darwin's one of those places where it's summer all year round. You get summer and then you get extreme summer. I kind of wonder whether Jabiru was actually cooler than Darwin many times. I feel like it was. At least you could always escape to one of the little rivers or billabongs or something like that that would around that area. $34 at night, yeah, it's ludicrous, isn't it? And yet, people love it up there. I guess you just, yeah, this is it. Yeah, they love it or leave. Quite frankly, the last time I was up there, it really does feel more like Southern Asia than it does Northern Australia at times, particularly if you go to the markets. Yeah, we're almost there. Naturally, of course, once we plug it in, we'll realize that there's a defect on the screen. We'll rage quit. A billabong is basically it's a festering pit of water that's been disconnected from the main river. We just try to make it sound romantic. And it's where the bunyips like to hang out. You don't want to be caught by a bunyip, because they'll eat your brains. Fearsome creatures. Actually, it's funny, talk about bunyips eating your brains, which isn't really what they do. But in many of those festering water holes, if the temperature gets right up, then you do get instances of the brain-eating amoeba sitting in there. Amoeba? Yep. And so yeah, if you jump into these pools and you get water splashed up your nose hard enough, it seeps in and across the blood-brain barrier, and then a few days later, about 10 days later, you're pretty much pronounced dead. And it happens surprisingly often. It's not just in Australia either. It tends to happen basically wherever there are hot climates like this. So, Central America and things like that. Brain-eating amoeba. It is such a thing. Hey, g'day Jim, Hook, and Jim Allen, hello too. Let's see. Yeah, there's a slight curve in it, but it's not too bad. Okay, it needs battery charge. No, surprise, flippin' surprise. Yeah, I didn't get a chance to look at it today because I was out of town. I was busy dealing with many other things, so it might have to be tomorrow. But obviously, as you say, there won't be a continuation of the video series directly. Alright, these people have got junk in their port, so we're going to have to clear that junk out. A3X. Yeah, Tim, the more you know, the more you don't sleep. You think that's bad. Just don't ever look into things like food standards and what's in your typical fast food or anything like that. You'll never, ever, ever eat out again. There's a certain tranquility or serenity in knowing nothing. Ah, you mongrel, you broke off. I hate it when you break the... Come on, you can do it. Come out in one piece. There you go. Yeah, it looks like you could smoke that. Well, the sad thing about if you have brain-eating amoeba, it basically just feels like a flu or a cold or something like that. Ah, so that plugs in much better now. Yes, ignorance is bliss. You probably live longer too. Okay. The home needs obviously a lot of work. I had to cough up $383 today for a lock. We have this unusual front door. It's a big glass, mostly glass, aluminium frame front door, and in it they had a turn handle with a built-in lock, kind of thing you'd normally expect in a normal door. But the trouble is that a normal door, that lock is set back from the faceplate by about 70 to 80 millimeters. So the center of the spindle is 70 to 80 millimeters away from the edge of the door frame. But on this one, it's 6 inches back, like 127 millimeters. And nobody has these locks as a general rule, so I had to go down to an actual dedicated locksmith, and they said to me, well, these ones new are 450 Australian dollars each, but this one's refurbished, so it's only going to cost you $250, and then you still have to pay another $130 for the appropriately length extension bar. And I just pretty much put something in my pants then, because it was just like, damn it. So I coughed up the money because I don't have any other alternative. It's an unusual lock, and these are the only people I could find that had such an extension. It's very expensive. So don't ever do anything unique and special on your house unless you're an absolute trillionaire. Damaris, thank you for the 500. Much again. And you donated last night and the night before. You're going to send yourself broke. Please don't go broke. Much rather have you as a regular here than you going broke. Oh, okay. So we've got a 1398. Let's play the game of fix the machine now. Thank you. I do love having this software that does this. Alright, so the fault is laptop wasn't working unless power was connected. Battery was replaced, however, continue to see the problems with the computers. Sometimes it charges, other times it doesn't. My camera's tearing, is it? It's the broken heart. Yep, okay, I see that. Let's just go ahead and change the FPS. Okay. Yep, that solves that. Alright. Well, I guess we better go through our usual procedure. We've disconnected the battery. This is an unusual battery. Is this even the right battery for this? If it's not the right battery for it, that could partially explain some problems. Still, the unpredictability of it is a bit of a question. And this is a 3332. Could be ISO, could be corrosion too. Okay, I'm just going to update the job information. 608. FPS is at 30 frames per second, and when I'm looking at it on, I'm not seeing any tearing now. Eight 20. Some of the RAM chips look, that one, and that one, and yeah, these three RAM chips look like they've actually been replaced. It's a bit like playing Sesame Street, you know, which one of these is different to the others. Solaris fixed a 1433, I think maybe you mean 1466, filled with iced coffee, works with 0 parts replaced. Yeah, that's a bit like my wine. I've got a 1502 that was given to me, and it was a full big glass of red wine went through it. And when I took the board out, it was just soaked in wine. No, it'd been there for 2 years or so. And I cleaned it all up and it worked. So, let's see, it's still tearing but not as pronounced. Yeah. Let's go all the way. 60. Okay, we're on 60 now. Now that's tearing again. $25. That's even worse. Back to 50. No. Ah. Well, listen, give me a second. I'll just stop and restart. No, can't change it. I'll have to do it. Sorry, folks. Right, let's get this board out. Oh wait, no, I was going to test to see what it does do on charge first. 1 point. So it's definitely charging. Interesting, it's actually booting there. Oh wait, that's not charging, no. Alright. A little bit scatterbrained at the moment, it would appear. I'm just going to get the board out. If it's been intermittent, then there's a chance it's some corrosion by the ISL or maybe the SMC. Something. Better I just take it out and have a shot. Okay, Andre, thanks. God damn it. Ugh. If my computer and cameras were up to it, I could actually stream in 4K because I do have the upload capacity. I've got 40 megabit per second capacity here, so it's within the possibility of being done. That said, I would probably prefer to damn it. I'd probably prefer to stream in 60 frames per second before I go to 4K. Okay, Andre, if when you look at this portion here, right here, what number do you see right there, just in front of the drive connector? This one's got 820-3332. That's the one I want to know. Though you may have to remove the drive in this instance. The other way you might be able to tell is if you have a look at the camera connector. I believe the 3332 has this small one only, as in is exclusive to the 3332, but I can't be absolutely sure of that. My goodness, what a pain it is to get it out. I'm sorry, I'm very paranoid when it comes to these things. Damaris, why? If I go broke, I know where I can ask for some food. That is true. Of course, the question is, will it get to you fast enough before you shrivel up and die from starvation? Travis, are you a manager now? Okay, Andre, alright, okay. Since that board is running, I do have an interest in it then. So, yeah. I can organise to go with what they're offering. We just have to sort out postage next. Oh, repair is your side hustle, is it, Travis? IT manager. Yeah. Been there, done that. Will not do that again in a hurry. You have my sympathies, Travis. To be fair, I wasn't really keen on any sort of managerial position, but I thought I'd give it a try. But I was ultimately better off being in the R&D type departments more than the management departments. I think half the problem was I wouldn't get on board with a lot of the choices because the engineering side of me would disagree with what they were trying to do. And so they'll be like, right, we can't have that one hanging around here anymore. Gets in the way of making good money short term. Hmm. Well, certainly the U8900 needs to be redone, but we're going to have to track this. Let's see, what do we got here? No, that was under the fan. Hyperman, what are you complaining about? You get to take lunch breaks anytime you like and just cruise around the town and cruising around the shopping centres and doing whatever hustle you do. I mean, some people are just inherently, they have the ability, the talent for being managers, and other people just find it not to be their thing. No, I think each to their own. Yeah, some fluffies, dust bunnies. What the hell happened there? Someone put the wrong screw in the hole. Look at this. They put the wrong screw in the hole and they've really gone to town on it and they've ripped up all of that pad there. Wow, nice job. That could be the problem. Herding cats is similar. You'd be about right, Jim. You'd damn well be about right. As Miles gets caught by the algorithm. Yeah, that's pretty brutal what they've done there. I'm not sure what's under there. If we're lucky, a lot of this series tends to just have nothing but ground under there, so it shouldn't be a problem. But even still, something like that could definitely cause intermittent issues. Likewise, of course, this, which we're going to fix anyway. A bit of green there, inferring corrosion, but that would be more on the backside of the keyboard area. Yeah, this is going to be a tricky one. Solaris, well, thank you very much for the 299. Certainly very much appreciated. I mean, I'd like to blame this, but I don't know if I can. The only other option I can think of is maybe they're misinterpreting the U8900 failure as the issue, the charge battery issue. But yeah, for as ugly as that damage is, I don't think there are any traces under there. We'll get another board and we'll scrape that back and have a look. Ooh, excuse me. Sometimes it'll run off the charge on a battery, other times it'll power off as soon as the power adapter is disconnected. Well, powering off as soon as the power adapter is disconnected does sound like a U8900 type glitch. So if nothing else, we'll fix that. So it could be that they have indeed fixed their first issue, which was maybe a dud battery, and now I've got this as the second issue. I'm just preheating the board. Preheating the board makes doing this U8900 rework a lot easier because I am using the micro pencil. There's Synergy. If you use a big tip soldering iron, then you probably won't have this requirement. But since I play with a petite tip, I do need to do this. Watch I don't catch that resistor. Rake and scrape. Apple ID, probably not. I mean, yeah, if they do have it active, then sure, try and get rid of it. But we can usually get around those ones. Alright, should be good. Every now and then we would get corrosion around here on some of the VRAM bits and pieces, but this one seems okay. It's got a bit of dust, but it doesn't look like it's actually anything problematic. I'd say at this point we throw it into the chassis, test it, see what happens. Hey Basil, welcome. This is the only downside, of course. Well, not the only downside. This is one of the many downsides of intermittent issues. Is trying to prove that they've been solved. Under normal circumstances, of course, they are proven solved right up until the point until the customer has it. And then the moment the customer has it, it becomes immediately unsolved. Because the universe is a cruel, cruel bastard of a thing. Okay, who the heck's blocking my battery? Yeah, I really don't think that fan damage where the screw hole is, I don't think that's critical. It's unsightly, it's unfortunate, but I don't think it's critical. But we'll take a 3332 board, we'll scrape it back and have a look and see if there is anything of importance residing under that area. Figure it's probably the easiest way to go about it. I'm going to guess what they did is that with these fans there are of course three separate screws. So with the fan you have the broad flat top, and that one goes to the circuit board. And my guess is that they didn't put that one there. Instead they put one of the other two on the full length, full thread one, which goes up into that corner. Less likely they use this one, which is 3/4 thread and then 1/4 unthreaded, and that sits over here. Sort of suspecting someone realised they made a mistake, undid it, but they're not aware of the fact that the damage is done. Alright, you don't want to go in there, even though you belong in there. Hey Mary Claire. This should suffice for the purpose of testing. Let's see how we go. Obviously no drive in there, so we will plug that one in. Alright, we do not have a boot because we do not have the battery plugged in, because Mr. Daniels is not paying attention to what he's doing. Come on. Gotcha. Okay, let's try this again. This time we've got a boot. Hey Tony W, welcome. Okay, doing good so far. As far as I understand, with the U8900 issue on the 3332 boards, it's not so much the total power load that's the problem. It seems to be a transitional problem, or handling transitions. I could be wrong, but to my understanding I've been informed that it's a case of when you go from not using the GPU to the GPU or vice versa, that's when it tends to manifest more often. But again, I could be wrong, but that's just what I've heard. This is going to go through the damn password thing again. Anyway, let's plug in the charge and see what sort of current we're getting. It's sitting on around about 2 amps, so I'm going to guess that battery is actually almost fully charged. When it comes to switch mode controllers, handling transient responses or having good transient response is quite important, because if you don't have a good transient response, if say you're delivering a really heavy amount of power to a circuit and then all of a sudden that circuit stops demanding the power, just like immediately just ceases consuming, if you don't have a fast response, then your power supply, your switch mode power supply, is going to keep for a few more cycles, keep pumping lots of power towards the circuit, which would tend to mean the voltage will rise up quite considerably and you'll blow whatever you've got down the line. So that's the undesirable option. The other way that, of course, things go is if you have a sudden increase in demand and your switch mode isn't up to speed, then your voltage will sag very considerably, subsequently causing brownouts or just reboots and unpredictable behavior. And Mohammed Tilly, thank you. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Today is just today. It's not a day away. Today is today. Ooh, if this is going that slow now, that's not a good sign. It means it might not like the battery at all. Let us hope that this is the password boot. And it is the password boot. Okay, Basil, thank you for dropping in. I appreciate it. I don't know why it's gotten into the habit of doing this now. Oh, oh. I think with the FDMF 6808 VRM situation, I believe the failure there is due to electromigration causing a degeneration or probably a resistance increase in the gate. I could be wrong, but in the end, what does it really matter? I mean, in the end, it's a case of these converters are not maintaining required compliance within the required envelope. Hey, Richard Becker. Been a while, I think. Has it? Anyway, welcome. Michael Knowles. Is it Knowles or Noels? Noles? Yes, the Flex Board View, Open Board View, they are generic board view viewing programs. So if you have a board view for a CB radio or for a TV or some device that you've created, you can create an exported data file that can be used as a board view for that. GenCAD is a fairly popular format. So if you can have that option to export to GenCAD, you can start sharing your board view with other people. Okay, 21%. Yeah. Alright, we've got a... What is going on here? Okay, if you look at the current consumption numbers, it's too low at the moment for a 20% battery. But every now and then you'll notice it sort of picks up, it starts heading up towards 3-4 amps and then it shuts back down. So I'm not sure what the deal is there. It shouldn't be, just see it jumped up then. So there is a problem charging the battery still. Not sure what to think. I don't know whether that's a bad battery or whether that's, maybe... I've never seen this particular brand before. I'm not saying it's not reputable. I'm just saying I've never seen it before. I'll see if I've got another 3332 pack around and try that instead. Because everything else seems to be doing just dandy fine. So I'm going to go with battery fault. This is doing great. This is almost 90 frames per second. Definitely no problem with the GPU side of life. Alright, looks like we've gotten steady now at 4 amps. So yeah, that's kind of a little bit concerning to me. New power battery for 2012, 13, 15-inch MacBook Pro, Retina display, A1417s. Pardon me. Let's see how the percentage goes. Sitting on 21 right now. At least it is staying consistent. You know, sitting up at 4 amps now. I'm just not sure why it would do that. Hit and run, hit and run, hit and run. I can understand that if it was down at 0% or below 3%, but when it was already at 20% reporting, that's like, what's going on? Unless there is a problem with the coulomb counter or fuel gauge chip, and maybe it just needs to be charged up to 100%, and then, I don't know, maybe it'll reset its statistics, I'm not sure. Yeah, stop the GPU. Yeah, looks like that was GPU driving it, maybe. Not good. Alright, I'm just gonna go see if I can find another battery for this one. Loki, what are you doing in here? You're not allowed in the storeroom. Come on, buddy. Get your tush out. Oh my god, it's an A1425 battery. That's hideous. A1465, A1466, 1713, you're 1708. Nope, you're some other weirdo. 1713 is 1708. Yeah, that is what I had. Damn it. Damn. What kind of person doesn't have a 3332 battery on hand? Loki, can you get out of here? So you... Oh, great. My 3332 has no freaking battery in it. Loki. Come on, Loki. Come on. I'll send Thor in otherwise. Come here. Oh, you're a whinger. What are you whinging for? There you go. Oh yeah, this battery's cactus. Yep. Hey, Furkanumber. Alright. Well, okay, I'm not guaranteeing that this battery is cactus, but definitely not trusting it at this point. Oh, I know what happened. I did have a 3332 pack, but I put it into a machine, and then it turns out the machine had mainboard faults, so that was a bit daft of me. So yeah, I'm kind of up the creek with that testing for tonight, unfortunately. Yeah, all for naught. So unfortunately this will just have to sit aside. And what's tomorrow? Tomorrow's Thursday, so I will get a battery before the weekend, all going well. And then I'll have to test it then. But yeah, my suspicions are laying with the battery at this point, because I can't really see anything else. I mean, as much as that damage on the fan screw is a problem, as in a visual problem. I don't think it's really a electrical problem. Alright, what else have we got tonight? Okay, I've got a board here. I finally have some ISL 9240s arrive. So I'm kind of wondering whether this will be fixed with the ISL 9240. And I may be out of my depth here, which is what everybody loves, except me. I have to try and remember what the actual nature of this fault. Crikey, I just realised I don't even remember what the orientation of this heatsink is. This is a 15... no, this is a 1958 board, and I still don't have a board view. Whoops. One thing I'm unsure about is the value, and something no one's been able to give me, is the value of a particular resistor. Now, this resistor here on the 3217, so like you got the fuse and 1, 2, the third resistor here. I don't know what the value of that is. I need to know what it is because the original was too damaged. I can't work out whether this is supposed to go this way or that way. I have a feeling this way. I've had a few people step up and offer to find out what that resistor value is, but unfortunately life, distractions, things like that get in the way, and then by the time there's a possibility for them to check that value, too many things have happened and they've forgotten. Since Pianov, damn it, they've got the data on this, do they? God damn. Getting real sick of these other companies having all the board view data, and they're basically just becoming the next Apple, as it were, or just as bad as Apple, as in they keep it all locked up. It's like, yeah, there's no open data there. They're essentially keeping it locked up for their own purposes, as what Apple does, to make money. And of course I gripe and complain about it because it stops me making money. So yeah, the best I get is 5 volts and 270. And I'm fairly sure it's not the CD3215s, because they look pretty damn clean to me. And I think I've actually replaced and reballed them already. Which only really leaves me with the 9240 as possible damage point. Oh yeah, of course there was all this liquid damage here too, forgot about that. Every time I come back to this I'm like, oh yeah, that's right, that's complete another trash fest of damage. Basically I need to get another one of these boards that are working and start pulling the data off them. I'm pretty sure these are not shorted. No, no short. No short. Hey Warren, welcome. So yeah, that resistor there was the only thing that I couldn't restore, knowing through any method of measurement. So I may just have to go quietly into the night yet again. I am still somewhat disinclined to replace the 9240 without first knowing that resistor value, just in case something causes, if I got the wrong resistor value, will I cause more damage? So yeah, I'm just not getting the 20 volts. Actually, I didn't bother to see what protocol it was reporting. Give up and show the kiddies. Yeah, that's not going to happen. Kiddies don't come into this room. Kiddies aren't allowed in this room. Protocol unknown. Nah. Okay. Oh, that one's rebooting now? Seriously? Alright, that's new. It wasn't rebooting before. Alright, let's pull the 3217 off and have a look. But again, it could be something to do with that resistor. Ah. Yuck. Where's the time anyway? 10:30. No cats. Warren, yeah, I mean, it cost me a lot more money than I wanted. Damn lock on the door was almost 400 Australian dollars. It was just ludicrous. All because it's a miserable 40 or so millimeters longer than the standard type lock. Yeah, there's no problem under there with corrosion or anything. So put that back down. If I can. It's like, oh, mongrel. It's actually very difficult to do ball on ball stacking like that. Tim, rewind. I have in the past checked, but the trouble is I don't know whether that pad, whether it's like an ID type pad or whether it's a common pad. I forgot now. Damn it, you want me to take that off? There we go. It goes to this third one here. So this is the pin 1 or A1 corner. So this pad here. So if you find another board with a 3217 on it, you can make a guess, but the trouble is I do recall doing this and not finding a conclusive result. I think 1700 has it. Oh, gross. I've fixed up the 1700 boards and I still don't have it loaded for myself. How embarrassing. Okay, so that will actually be this pin here. UPC T 5 volt enable. And okay, there's one resistor here. It looks like they're both tied to it. And it's 100k pull down. Alright. Hey, fixing things. How's it going? Alright, so it's 100k on this one. Let's try and find another board view with the CD3217s. 1598. Yep, there we go. And 100k. Alright, flip me. After all this time, I don't know why I didn't have success the last time when I was digging around trying to find it. Okay, so 100k it is. But it's a weak pull down, so I suspect it's not going to actually make any difference whether it's 10k, 100k, 1k, or 0. Because it's just an enable as opposed to like a feedback set or a value set or anything like that. Okay. Nonetheless, we'll put 100k down. We need... what have we got? 201s? Yeah, 201s. 402... 402... Why don't I have a box for 201s? What a nuisance. Can I repair graphic cards? No. I mean, let me rephrase that. I don't repair them because I don't have any board views or schematics. I really don't encounter them, but then that's probably because I don't repair them. It's not something I've bothered to chase. I think part of it is because a lot of the time it's probably some kind of failure that I really can't fix. Yeah, sorry, a mistake. Maybe if you look instead at the status line, you'd get up to date. So if this doesn't work, then yeah, maybe I will replace the ISL. Yeah, that's an expensive chip to replace. And the CD3217s are bad enough, but the ISL, damn. Yeah, fixing things have been down to Townsville and just, spending way too much money. I'll complain again because it was so much money, but I had to get a new door lock, and that was nearly 400 Australian dollars. All because it was a little bit longer. That's the trouble. If you're building a house, please don't deviate from standards too much, because it costs a freaking fortune afterwards. Barry, hello. Yes, getting close to 30, which is not very close to 100. I know, I'm being unduly self-centered there. Just gonna check a couple more for shorts. Sorry, Pilnov, I just noticed you're talking there. I'll just check back in a second. Okay. Right, now the problem I have with this board pin, of course, is naturally being the 1958. We don't have any board views, which is rather frustrating. I guess we can speculate where the PP bus is. I realise those caps are really nasty looking, but best I can tell, they're still functional. Pianov, yeah, I have seen that one. Oh, here's a question. Can you use... It's still 300. And still cycling. Okay. Can you use different ones of these from like a different board? Are the connectors for these USB-C ports all consistent? Or do they vary? I'm just wondering because maybe the cable itself could be damaged. because it did receive some corrosion. Oh, I got 2 downvotes already. Alright, popular. That's right, yes, you got to downvote twice to be sure that you lock it in. If you don't downvote twice, then YouTube just ignores it. Oh, Mark, how's it going, Mark? Well, I've answered my question anyway. You can use the same, but it hasn't changed a thing. We've still got 280. Alright, PP bus. Yeah, I'm just not sure where PP bus is going to be. So what I'm going to do is see if is there PP bus on these? Shows how much I know. Crap, no. What is this? U9080. Are you Piccolo or something? Ocania PMIC. Oh hell. One of the large caps. Well, how about I just go around and do a spasmodic feed. And just see if we got anything that strikes low. Come on. Locate 820.19.1958. What? Oh, 01958. Okay, interesting. Okay, what did Piano say? 7211. Right there. Well, PP bus seems to be doing alright there. 0.46. That's nothing to complain about, that's for sure. Check the voltage as well. Fair enough. Oh, crikey. V. Hey, Eddie Painter. Bit of a later start for you. Welcome. $12.28. No SMC. Oh, did that just dip? Alright, so it is cycling. Since it's only oh no, yeah, just as soon as I was about to say it's only cycling on one port. Let's check the other one. Great, cycling on both ports. I'll just pull up this one as well. Just double check under it. Like I said, I'm fairly sure I've replaced both. I'm not actually sure why I haven't been noting this down in my notes. Nothing wrong under the... I do like to try and keep the repair work relatively close to wherever the original damage was. I mean, it's not always a guarantee, but in many cases, you know, your fault is somewhere nearby. I've kind of run out of possibles here. I'm fairly sure I've lifted this TI chip. I'm fairly sure it was clean underneath as well. So now I'm just going along, checking to see if I can pick up any hints of any corrosion anywhere else. But all of this board over here looks exceptionally clean. If you're wondering what these blue chip things are next to the CD3217s, they're diodes. They're not actually, complex chips or anything. They're just diodes. Weird how that one capacitor there is got a very different coloration to everything else. I'll measure it, but I don't think it is it. I think it's just a case of they might have switched to a new reel and it's just from a different supplier. No, unfortunately infrared doesn't help on this one. Yeah, as expected, it's not a fault. I mean, it just looks a little bit quirky at a certain angle, but it's not really at fault. Fairly sure. Wait, are you backlight? So I feel like I'm just going around in circles here. Yeah, maybe I do need to replace both the CD32 17s. I don't know, it feels like I'm missing something. A brain, I think. Certainly this is nasty, but again, nothing's shorted. It's not so much that there's not enough power to be picked up with the infrared, but rather it's not really. It doesn't seem to be manifesting as a short. It's just some sort of sense is not being, voltage is not being reached, or for whatever reason, maybe a feedback fault, maybe a current sense issue, things like that. I mean, yeah, okay, there's a T2 chip on there, but that's not the problem. Not today, anyway. So, yeah, very frustrating. I can try drop 2 new CD3217s on there, but sheesh, I'm sort of like a bit disinclined to. Something is burning in here. No. Don't think it's something in here. Someone's smoking pot. I think. Pretty damn sure someone's smoking pot. I'll go check my other rooms, make sure nothing's on fire, but I'm fairly sure someone's smoking pot. Hey Mo. Hey Mimi. Where is it, buddy? Yeah, I know. What is it? Oh. Yeah? Oh, really, Mo? Wow. Mm-hmm. No, don't chew on the microphone cable. Good boy. Maybe it did come from in here, but it's very distinct. It's not my circuit boards. I don't know where it's come from. I mean, it might not be, but it's got that grassy, sweet type smell. Yeah, alright. Stoner cats. Could be. Yeah. Alright, well listen, I think I'm going to actually call it for tonight. I'm pretty tired from the travels today. I don't think I want to commit to replacing these 3217s just yet. I think I have to try a few other things, do some more tests before I put those chips into play. Mostly because, yeah, there's still a moderate shortage of them, so you want to be sure you're going ahead with the right choice there. So, anyway, I'm out here. Thank you very much for your help anyway. I've got to stop saying anyway. And I will, yes, my AC is running. So maybe something's burning in there. Maybe some weird animal. I don't know. Alright. I'll see you all later. Until next time.